Welcome to the Play World Cup. I'm James.
And I'm Jason, because it's Stalk Like a Pirate Day, and I needed to get that in on one of these casts.
Nice.
Yes.
We are bringing you the third week of matches for the Play World Cup. And first of all, a hearty, huge R. And thank you to our sponsor, Liquid Interactive. Thanks very much for supporting the cause. Make sure that if you're in Brisbane, check out the Brisbane Festival, because they are doing a totally sweet, awesome light scope. It's got LED screens. It's like a tunnel inside the mind of a crazy person.
Going till September 24th, I believe.
That's it. Yeah. So check it out. And also, if you'd like to sponsor us or if you'd like to donate to the cause, just hit up our website at playworldcup.com.au, hit the donate button, or get in contact with us. Right now, we are bringing you a match between Zeroseven and the Voxel Agents. And they are playing on Khaydarin depths, and this is the third game in the series, so they are at 1-1, and this is the decider.
That's right. So here we have Agentis for Zeroseven, spawning as the purple Zerg, and his teammate will be Flomad, spawning as the teal Protoss.
And they are...
Zeroseven.
That's right, and we have Sambot as the red Terran, and the blue Protoss Skyeborg for the Voxel Agents.
That's right. So both teams coming into this 1-1. So they're definitely a pressure game, high stakes.
And the last game, which was game 2, we're not actually casting, but it was a 50-minute epic back and forward. So many dead, so many dead.
So many fights.
Crazy. That was amazing. So both of these guys are going into this one with... quite an urge to really wrap this one up. Actually, incidentally, both of these teams are looking for their first win on the ladder. So, hungry for those points. Really want to see them get up and get some points on the board. And
definitely.
They will, one of these teams will actually come away with 1 point, because a win in the tournament means you get a single point.
That's right.
Victory gives you, of course, the full amount of points, so you get 3 points for a victory, but... good to see that these teams are going to get
everyone wins
points.
A prize in this game, as it turns out. So,
exactly,
which is great because both of them were able to take a game off the other, so they do deserve a point.
I think both of them are really good teams, and they've actually just been quite unlucky with some of their matchups and some of the combinations. And really, I think both of them have some great play. I've seen some really interesting stuff from both teams, and it's come to this. It's come to game 3. So one will go away empty-handed, and one will emerge victorious.
I would prefer to use the famous words of Optimus Prime, where one will stand and one will fall.
And then fold into a truck. Do it. Fold into a truck. You don't see this, but he's bent his leg over his head, and I see everything.
I wish I didn't wear these gym shorts.
In the meantime, though, we do see the Warlord from Skyeborg here. We have Cybernetics Core. We have 2 gateways. So
I think there's a slight gap in this wall, and we do see Agentis sending out some early Zerglings. So if he tries to go into Sambot's base, he will find a full wall. But I'm pretty sure there is a gap large enough for the Zerglings to get through. We will soon see. And yes,
there they go, straight through.
So I think Skyeborg may have believed he had that wall fully walled off. So now he's got 4 Zerglings in his base and only probes to deal with it.
That is really unfortunate.
These Zerglings are going to have a cracker of a time dealing with those probes, so Skyeborg really needs to grab all of these probes and get them attacking. There we do see him do that, so they should be able to clear up those Zerglings, but they have caused a lot of damage. Those 4 Zerglings definitely worth that investment for Agentis.
Quite a few early losses there for Skyeborg. We do see him actually down to 7 probes. And compared to, say, Flomad, who's now to 22, that's quite an early economic loss, and that's going to put him at a disadvantage for the early game at least, if not longer.
So Zeroseven coming up with a nice little advantage there at the start. Skyeborg now getting a Zealot. Would be great to see him move the Zealot into that little gap and then put it on hold position just to prevent any more Zergling run-bys.
In the meantime, though, we do see Sambot building up a second command center. So quite an ambitious early expansion there from Sambot. I do like to see that, though. That will mean he'll have quite an economic advantage. Although if he wants to take the goal base in the middle there, he's going to have to take out those destructible rocks first. And that might be quite a challenge at the moment with all of those Lings running rampant. And we're seeing kind of a push here. We've got quite a few units.
Flomad's coming along for the push as well. And we do see Agentis taking an aggressively positioned expansion in the middle of the map. The natural, I suppose, would be here, or he could have used some Lings to maybe break down these rocks, but I do like that expansion. But we are seeing Agentis now running through. Is this photon cannon going to be enough to wall off? And that Zealot getting in the perfect position.
That whole position, though, needs to happen with that Zealot, otherwise he's going to run forward and expose that gap, and down goes that second photon cannon, which has walled off. So good play there from Skyeborg in walling off. Here comes Sambot now.
Are the Lings going to get into Sambot's base? No, he is going to raise that supply depot and use those units to chase them off. So although we do see Flomad taking out the one pylon that's charging all of these buildings, but thankfully at least those cannons are now back up. So Flomad will be taken out. So the Voxel agents once again able to defend that initial push. I actually think that push came off better for the Voxel agents. Agentis did lose a lot of Zerglings then. They sort of got trapped in this little gap, and those photon cannons really just tore them apart.
It did look a little bit shaky there for a second, but in the end the Voxel agents looked like they came out ahead. And yeah, we see quite a number of resources. Actually, I mean, that early loss of those probes for Skyeborg has got that resources looking a little out of whack, but in the meantime, though, we do
fairly
see...
even. I don't like these these overlords. They're all getting sent... Oh, no, they are... Okay, so they're only getting sent here. I was a little bit scared they were going to get sent to their doom, but we do see Agentis has noticed that and is bringing them back to the safety of his base.
In the meantime, too, we see that second base for Agentis going up. Drones starting to get massed on there. And we do see two Stargates coming in the play from... that's from Skyeborg.
Whoops. There we go. There's the two Stargates.
Yeah, so two Stargates. That looks like interesting play. He's got two gateways, so it looks like he's going to try and sort of tech into some air tech here. We may see Phoenixes or Void Rays out of those Stargates, and in the meantime we've got Sambot, who... Sambot.
No, Borg is a bot.
He's a Borg bot. The Voxel agents, they are Borgs and bots.
We do see Flomad just using these stalkers to walk around the map and check for any expansions. They just want to, check to see whether the Voxel agents have expanded or whether they are indeed up on these expansions.
So we've really got kind of a two-base advantage here for
Zeroseven.
We are fading.
It is getting late.
This is the last game that we're casting tonight.
We're doing it live.
Yeah, we're doing it all live.
And we see Agentis also running his units around the map, double-checking once again for those expansions. And the lone stalker from Flomad checking that those rocks are indeed up. So Zeroseven now are fairly confident that they've scoured the map and that they do have this economic advantage. So now it will just be up to them to use it wisely and see if they can take the win. These siege tanks from Sambot, though, will prevent any run-bys, as will these photon cannons from from Skyeborg. So just combining the names, we've got Samborg, maybe? Oh, that's what you did, Samborg.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Bam,
you
boom.
caught my disease.
Oh, God. It's contagious.
No cure, I'm afraid.
No,
those front walls are really going to be quite tough to crack at this point with the combination of photon cannons on one side. Though that is quite a lot of banelings. I'm pretty sure that might be able to handle those front doors.
That is a lot of banelings. As long as Agentis doesn't lead with those into the siege tanks, I think it will be fine. Although we do see Sambot moving out, so this could... And unsieging one of those tanks. So Zeroseven not quite aware of this yet, but now all tanks are unsieged. This would be a prime time to attack. The Zergling running in, seeing
that. They've seen it. They must have seen those unsieged tanks, and then
Agentis could be waiting for those banelings, but now the three siege tanks of Sambot are completely sieged again. Although once again the siege tanks have been told to attack the rocks, so this could be another great time if Zeroseven can capitalise on that. I believe the siege tanks will continue attacking those rocks even if the units come in, but I may be wrong with that.
If they're focus attacking, I think you're right there, JS. I think if they'll continue attacking that, and they could really catch them unawares if they jump in. Looks like they're not going to at this stage, though.
Those rocks, down below 50%.
Looks like there's some reinforcements coming in. Maybe Zeroseven will attack with the reinforcements. Hard to tell, though. Although the rocks are going down, and the time is running out for this attack to be effective. And it looks like those are down.
Especially if Sambot can siege those 2 tanks up. Although we do hear even more Banelings. That is a lot of Banelings.
So many Banelings. And we see at the moment there are 36 Banelings and 17 more on the way. So that is going to have a count of over 50 Banelings in the end with 53 Banelings. That is just an insane amount.
That is like over 4 baker's dozen worth of Banelings. That is a lot of Banelings. And there we see, catching Sambot's tanks completely unsieged.
No.
So those Banelings making very short work of those tanks. Sambot, we completely missed Flomad blinking into the back of Skyeborg's base, which distracted Sambot's army.
It's the multi-pronged attack
caused them to get out of position and caused the GG. So we completely missed that attack, but Flomad, able to use this Overlord from Agentis to get vision into the high ground, warped in, and then started attacking the back of Skyeborg's base, which forced Sambot to unsiege his tanks and start taking his units around because of this wall he couldn't get directly up into the main.
Great distractionary tactics, multi-pronged attacks, distracting on one side and then taking advantage on the other. So fantastic play by Zeroseven. They ended up winning this series 2-1, which is actually their first win on the table. So well done, Zeroseven. Fantastic play.
Great game, great series.
Fantastic. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at PlayWellCup or at our website at playwellcup.com.au or the new Facebook page, which is at facebook.com/playwellcup. And thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.